Hello, I'm Jennifer Evans, but everyone but my family calls me Jay. So this assignment was to tell you more of our history, but I didn't want to just stand here and go, "Hi, my name is Jay Evans. I grew up in New York and moved here when I was 4." I could do that, but I feel like it would be boring. So I'm just gonna talk about my history of reading and writing, and my connection with art through that. So when I first learned that I could take the thoughts in my head and put them onto paper in a concrete form, such as poetry, that I didn't know really existed, you can take not even fully formed ideas and thoughts and just put them out there as is, and it's a form of art, and you don't have to do the whole punctuation thing and figure everything out so that it makes sense coherently. The less it makes sense, sometimes the better it is. So I was overcome with this belief, and I wanted to prove this new discovery true with every chance I got, so I scribbled my ideas on the tops of desks during science class, which I always hated. And I wish that I could write like J.K. Rowling and Shel Silverstein, and I wished I could write fun little stories for kids and tales full of people and a permanent smile. I was idealistic, and that was my 11-year-old self being an individual, or trying at least. And as I got older, I moved on from random acts of vandalism, such as the science room desks, to writing in an old sketchbook that I had that was originally supposed to be for art, but it was left over from that dream of being an artist. I'm really good at leaving projects half done, but it's because I have so many new ideas for new projects and new things to do that I forget that the completion is kind of an important part of that whole thing. Sorry, I'm just looking at my notes. So in this sketchbook, I tried to sound like Mary Oliver, and I tried to sound like the lyrics from songs I loved, and Ralph Waldo Emerson, and I tried to act like I knew every little secret that existed and every secret about the human experience that I could possibly grasp my hands around, because I was scared that I would be proven to not know anything. So overcompensating in that part. And as I grew even more, I started to write in Google Docs during class, and a notes app on my phone, and quick little poems that I then tried not to think about, and I tried to sound like pop-up poems on Pinterest boards that I saw, and end of the world messages on the underside of bridges, and I tried to sound like my friends and what they were writing, and individuality wasn't very important to me. And I arrive at the present, and technically it's not history, but it kind of feels like history, because although every thought we think, even if we think it new for us and we've never thought that kind of thing before, it has been thought by somebody else, and it has its own history in that way. So when you're talking about the mind and its whereabouts, you can't say everything is present in that sense. I don't think I'm making sense, but you know. Currently I read Ginsberg and Sappho and Orestes by Pylades and various Greek plays and tragedies. I still am drawn to sad things, but because feeling is a great thing to experience, but I don't try and form their same phrases in sentence lengths and punctuation. I just bask in the feeling that they give me, and I hope that my poetry someday could give others the same feeling or something similar. And I listen to Swan Lake and Clair de Lune, and I dream of times that I don't belong in, and I write on my walls, which my mom loves, in paint and graphite and ink, and I go outside and I breathe because it's the only place that I can, and then I come inside and I return to the creation of art. But yeah, that's a 4-minute introduction to me. I went a little over, but thank you. The individuality talk today was very cool, and I liked it a lot. But yeah, very excited for this class. Thank you.